Are these things my biggest strengths or my biggest weaknesses? That is the question that I have for you today. I had somebody here this past week who came in from Texas, all the way from Texas, to train with me 2 hours a day for the entire week. And people are often very surprised when they hear elements of how I trained, what I've done to prepare for these title fights. And as I go through and I say things to them, I go, could I have been that much better if I would have done things differently? Or were these things the elements that took me to that next level, which made me so good? It's up for you guys to decide. So the very first element that I want to talk with you about is not having a coach, not having a traditional coach. For my amateur career, I did. I found at the end of my amateur career, I wasn't really getting much benefit from having the coach anymore. My brother was giving me more in the corner. So what I did was I said, Aaron, you guys know Aaron, he's been in my corner many times. I said, I want you to be my full-time corner man. And he did that, and we had great success. But not having a coach, because Aaron was not around for training sessions for me, he would just come and corner me, occasionally hold pads, maybe once or twice a month. So not having a coach, a lot of people would go, oh my gosh, how did you do what you did? It could be a weakness, in the sense I did not have as many people there being like, okay, this is what you need to work on today. This is what you need to correct. Here's the game plan, blah, 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 all this type of stuff. But as a flip, not having a coach, not having somebody to tell you what to do in each session means you have to push yourself so hard. And I feel like every time I went to a different gym, which happened very infrequently, but if I did go to a gym and I train with them, I'm like, man, they're not doing close to what I do. Because I always go, well, nobody's telling me what to do, so I have to push, because it's all on me. So is that a strength, not having a coach? Or is that a weakness? What do you think? Next element is not sparring with high level people, like really high level people. People who will be winning glory titles or UFC titles or things like that. Yes, occasionally I would get some rounds with a glory fighter, maybe like twice a training camp, or maybe a couple rounds here and there with some people who are from out of town. But, you know, 49 out of 50 rounds were with local amateur fighters. Now that's not to say they weren't good. They're good for sure, but are they those guys who are going to be, you know, the top 10 in the world in their weight class? Absolutely not. Now, is this a strength or a weakness? Well, my brother recently said to me, Gabriel, if you're going to fight again, I want you to go to some training camp, some gym in the world where you can do a proper training camp with proper sparring partners. And while I respect that opinion and I understand that sparring with better people makes you better, it also means that I was not sparring with guys who could smash me all the time. So my brain is much more intact, which increased the longevity of my career. And also, when I'm sparring with local guys, not all these random people, I have dudes who I trust. Right? I'm not going, oh, they're going to kill me if they can. I trust these guys because we've sparred so many times and they can pull shots. So once again, is this a strength or a weakness? It increased the longevity of my career for sure, but maybe didn't push my skill set as far as it could have been by constantly being challenged by these fantastic fighters. We've got a bird up here. Look at how... Let's see if you can see him up on the post. Sorry, I just get distracted here. He's so loud. There he is. Right there. A little dude. He is a loud sucker. You can hear him. Woo. He's making a ruckus as I'm trying to do my video. But no worries, we continue. The last element that I want to talk about, which surprises so many people, is they go, Gabriel, what is your strength training routine? What kind of weights did you do during your career? And I went, nothing. Like once a month I'd go in and lift some weights just because I was like, too tired to run. But many people are shocked by that. Now, of course, it would have given me more hitting power. Like right now, I've actually started lifting weights the last couple of years because I haven't been in many training camps. I was like, oh yeah, let's put some muscle on, see what happens. So I've gone from, you know, walking at like 155 pounds to now walking at more like 168. I feel strong, I feel good. but the weightlifting is making me much more fatigued and a little bit slower in pad work, and my cardio is not going to be nearly as stellar. When I sacrificed strength training for running instead, you guys have seen my fights, I can push and push and push. So when you go, is that a strength or a weakness? I don't know. I can outlast pretty much anybody in the ring in terms of cardio, but many of my fights go to decision because I'm not spending that time improving my strength, my power. So strength or weakness? I'm not sure, but I've done all these things. I can look back on my career and go, you know what? Even if I didn't do it perfectly, even if I could have done better, I'm very happy with the result, very happy with the outcome of everything that I have accomplished. But it is hard to sometimes not look back and be like, if I would have changed a few of these big fundamental things, would I have been that much better? Could I have just demolished opponents? Because I did things very unorthodox. No sparring for the most part. Like, 1 out of 50 rounds with somebody who's a very high level. No training coach the way most people have it, and no strength training. Bizarre when you think about it. Strengths or weaknesses? Up for you guys to determine, and I think my career just kind of shows you that you don't always have to do everything exactly by the book. If you put in hard work, and you're very passionate about what you do, that will take you so very far.